in Numbers chapter 13, verse 2. Moses sends 12 spies to the land of Canaan. 40 days later, they return carrying a huge cluster of grapes, a pomegranate and a fig, to report on a lush and bountiful land. But 10 of the spies warn that the inhabitants of the land are giants and warriors, more powerful than we. Only Caleb and Joshua insist that the land can be conquered as God has commanded. The people weep that they'd rather return to Egypt. God decrees that Israel's entry into the land shall be delayed 40 years, during which time that entire generation will die out in the desert. A group of remorseful Jews storm the mountain on the border of the land and are routed by the Amalekites and Canaanites. The laws of the Nesachim, meal, wine and oil offerings are given, as well as the mitzvah to consecrate a portion of the dough, the challah, to God when making bread. A man violates the Shabbat by gathering sticks and is put to death. Don't gather sticks. God instructs to place fringes, tzitzit, on the four corners of our garments, so that we should remember to fulfill the mitzvot, the divine commandments. Miles, you gonna come up to do your thing?
No offence, but it's now.
It is now, because it's used it.
Oh,
Eunice has been on to me the whole
well,
morning.
can I just send the text that before
We've had no sound up until now. I didn't, I'm trying to figure out what was wrong with it.
Oh.
And I just figured out what was wrong. It's what it now.
Oh.
Yeah, he said there was a message that you hadn't enabled the sound.
Now I've got it.
Yeah.
Eunice has been on to me for the last hour.
Oh, good.
What happened?
This way people need to drink it.
Didn't transition to get the audio put on. Yeah, okay. Yeah,
Right. First time.
Yamud Rishon Tzvi Yaakov Ben Dor.
Come on down, Mr. Brown. And we are starting right there.
Baruch Adonai Baruch.
Baruch Adonai Baruch Le'olam Va'ed.
Adonai Baruch Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam. Asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai Noten HaTorah.
Amen. Yep, I'll swap it.
וכי תעשה בן בקר עולה או זבח לפני נדר או שלמים לאדוני והקריב על בן הבקר מנחה סולת 3 עשרונים בלו בשמן חצי ההין ויין תקריב לנסך חצי ההין אישי ריח ניחוח לאדוני.
Is it short one? Yeah, okay.
Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam. Asher natan lanu Torat Emet. V'chayei olam nata b'tochenu. Baruch Atah Adonai Noten HaTorah.
Amen. Mishaberach Avotenu V'imotenu Abraham, Yitzchak, Yaakov, Sarah, Rivka, Rachel, and Leah. May the one who blessed our ancestors, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah, bless you, Harold, for coming to the Torah this morning in honour of the Shabbat, in honour of God and Torah and this congregation. May you merit from the Holy One of blessing protection, rescue from any trouble or distress, and from any illness, minor or serious. May God send blessing and success in every one of your future endeavours, together with all Israel. And let us say Amen. V'shakoyach.
Talmud Sheni, Meira Yehudit.
Baruch hu et Adonai havarach.
Baruch Adonai havarach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai havarach le'olam vayed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher b'chapanu mikol hamim v'nachat lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Oh, I didn't bring my book.
ככה יעשה לשור האחד או לעיל האחד או לעשר וכבשים או ועזים כמספר אשר תעשו ככה תעשו לאחד כמשפחה כל האזרח יעשה ככה את אלה להקריב אישי ויכניחוח לאדוני וכי יגור איתכם גר או אשר בתוככם לדורותיכם ועשה אישי ויכניחוח לאדוני כאשר תעשו כן יעשה הקהל חוקה אחת לכם ולגר הגר חוקת עולם לדורותיכם ככם כגר יהיה לפני אדוני תורה אחת ומשפט אחד יהיה לכם ולגר הגר איתכם.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah amed v'chayei olam nata b'tochtenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Mishaberach Avotenu V'Imotenu Abraham, Yitzchak v'Yaakov, Sarah, Rivka, Rachel, v'Leah. May the one who blessed our ancestors, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah, bless you, Phoebe, for coming to the Torah this morning in honor of the Shabbat, in honor of the Torah of God and this congregation. May you merit from the Holy One a blessing, protection, rescue from any trouble or distress, and from any illness, minor or serious. May God send blessing and success in every one of your future endeavours, and it's so wonderful to see you back here today. It's been a long time. Hope to see you more often, whenever you can, together with all Israel. And let us say Amen. V'shakoyach.
Talmud Shlishi, Sarah Bakila
Maftia.
Baruch hu et Adonai havarach.
Baruch Adonai havarach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai havarach le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher b'habanu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
וידבר אדוני אל משה לאמור דבר אל בני ישראל ואמרת עליהם בבואכם אל הארץ אשר אני מביא אתכם שמה והיה באכלכם בלחם הארץ תרימו תרומה לאדוני ראשית אריסותיכם חלה תרימו תרומה כתרומת גורן כן תרימו אותה מראשית אריסותיכם תיתנו לאדוני תרומה לדורותיכם.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'hayei olam nata b'tohenu. Baruch atah Adonai notein ha-Torah.
Amen. V'shaberach avotenu v'imotenu Abraham, Yitzchak, v'Yaakov, Sarah, Rivka, Rachel, v'Leah. May the one who blessed our ancestors, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah, bless you, Georgie, for coming to the Torah this morning in honor of the Shabbat, in honor of God, Torah, this congregation, and your birthday coming up on Monday.
Thank you.
May you merit from the Holy One of Blessing, together with Jimmy, protection, rescue from any trouble or distress, and from any illness, minor or serious. May God send blessing and success into every one of your future endeavours.
Thank you.
May you have a wonderful, wonderful birthday
Thank
on
you.
Monday, and a terrific year ahead filled with good health and love and happiness.
Thank you.
Together with all Israel, let us say Amen.
Thank you.
Shekoyach.
Thank you.
Happy birthday.
Thank you, Lord. Thank you.
Andy for Hugbar.
Come on down, Doc. Everyone please rise, and we are at Akbar on the bottom of page 370. Bezod HaTorah asher sam Moshe livnei b'nei Yisrael al pi Adonai v'yad Moshe. Yeah, just there. Beautiful. And which remains standing until the scroll is covered. And you may be seated.
Haftarah? Gail, for the Haftarah, please.
Heavy
Books,
ones?
books upon books.
Thanks. Bear with me. I'm not great on the blessing. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bacha b'nvi'im tovim v'ratzav v'derahim hane'emerim be'emet. Baruch atah Adonai habocher b'torah uv'Moshe avdo uv'Yisrael amo uv'nvi'ei ha'emet v'tzedek. So, Joshua is now, in what we just read, Joshua was called Hosea. So in the time between when he was one of the scouts, he's now the leader, and Moses changed his name to Joshua. So that was, I found interesting. So now Joshua is the leader and he's sending scouts out. So before he was Hosea, son of Nun, now he's Joshua, son of Nun, secretly sent 2 spies from Shittim, saying, "Go explore the countryside of Jericho." When they got to Jericho, they came to the house of a prostitute named Rahab and stayed there. Someone told the king of Jericho that some Israelites had come that night to spy out the country. So he sent word to Rahab, "The men who have just arrived and are in your house have come to spy out the whole country. Bring them out." But instead, the woman who had taken the 2 men and hidden them she answered, "Yes, indeed, the men did come to me, but I didn't know where they were from. They left as it was getting dark, just before the city gates closed. I don't know where they were going, but if you hurry after them, you may catch them." Actually, she had taken them up onto the roof and hidden them under some stalks of flax she had arranged for herself. The pursuers went as far as the Jordan, as far as the fords, and as soon as they left the town, the gate was shut to them. "I know that the Eternal has given you this land.
Dread of you has fallen on us, and all the inhabitants of this land are scared to death of you. We have heard how the Eternal dried up the waters in the Sea of Reeds for you when you were leaving Egypt, and how you dealt with Sihon and Og, the 2 Amorite kings east of the Jordan, whom you wiped out. Our hearts sank as soon as we heard about it, and because of you our spirits are low, for the Eternal your God is God in heaven above and here on earth. Now swear by the Eternal that you will treat my family as well as I have treated you, and give me a sign I can trust that you will save my father and mother, my brothers and sisters, and all their families. Save us from death. The men said to her, we give our lives for yours, as long as you do not betray what we have been doing. We shall treat you well and faithfully when the Eternal gives us this land. Rahab lived in a house built into the city wall, so she let the 2 men down from the window by a rope. She said to them, head for the hills so that the pursuers don't run into you. Hide there for 3 days until they come back. Then go your way. The men had warned her, we shall be free of the oath you made us swear, unless when we invade the country you tie this cord of red thread outside the window through which you let us down. Bring your father and your mother, your brothers, and all your family together in your house. Then anyone who goes out of your house must accept the consequences, and we shall not be responsible. But if any harm comes to anyone who remains in your house, we shall be responsible. And if you tell anyone that what we have been doing, we will be free of the oath you made us swear. Just as you say, she had said. She sent them on their way. When they had gone, she tied a red cord to the window. They went straight to the hills and stayed there 3 days, until their pursuers, who had searched all along the road without success, returned to Jericho. Then the 2 spies came down from the hills, crossed the river, and went back to Joshua. They told him everything that had happened to them. They said to Joshua, the Eternal has put the whole country in our hands. All the people there are scared to death of us. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, tzur kol ha'olamim, tzadek b'chol hadorot, ha'el ha'ne'eman, ha'amer v'oseh, ha'daber u'mkayim, shekol devarav emet v'tzedek. Al ha'torah ve'al ha'avodah ve'al ha'va'im ve'al ha'shabbat hazeh, shenatata lanu Adonai Eloheinu, likdusha ve'limnucha, lechavod ul tifaret. Al hakol Adonai Eloheinu, anachnu modim lach, umevar chimotach, yitbarach shimcha, b'fi chol chai, tamid leolam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai, mekadesh ha'shabbat. Thank you.
We now turn back to the Siddur, to page 371, our prayers for healing. As I look around the room, if there is anyone in your circle of family or friends who at this time are in need of prayers for healing, please share their names with us. David Clement. You got Gotcha's?
Sorry?
Gotcha's mother and brother?
Yes, I've got something.
You have the email for that?
Oh, this is your
Come back to you.
Fred Donan,
Put it on.
father of Richard Donan. That's all.
Yeah, and you had the email from Gotcha. Chesky.
Oh, yes. I forgot about that one.
Can you find the names for me, please? You got the email?
Somewhere.
No?
What's the other one?
Harold? Phoebe?
Not the Dorothy. Husband Jim.
Jim? One from you. Elizabeth? And
Gina and Ivan, mother and brother of Gotcha.
thank you. Mishavarach Avotenu v'Imotenu Abraham, Yitzchak v'Yaakov, Sarah, Rivka, Rachel, and Leah. May the one who blessed our ancestors, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah, bless and heal those who are ill, who have been named here today. May the Blessed Holy One be filled with compassion, for their health to be restored and their strength to be revived. May God swiftly send them a complete renewal of body and spirit, and let us say, Amen.
Amen.
And together we sing the Mishabarach in the middle of page 371. Mishabarach Avotenu Makor HaBracha La'imotenu. May the source of strength, who blessed the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Mishaberach imotenu makor habracha la'avotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. We now turn forward to page 376 for the prayers of our community. Could I ask everyone to please rise?
Source of all being, may the children of this community learn these passions from us: love of Torah, devotion in prayer, and support of the needy. May we guide with integrity, and may our leadership be in your service. May those who teach and nourish us be blessed with satisfaction, and may we appreciate the time and their devotion. Bless us with the fruits of wisdom and understanding, and may our efforts bring fulfillment and joy. Baruch atah Adonai, she'otecha levadecha v'yira navod.
The guardian of life and liberty, may our nation always merit your protection. Help us remember those who have lived in this land before us, and help those who have made it their home in more recent times. Teach us to give thanks for what we have, by sharing it with those who are in need. Keep our eyes open to the wonders of creation and alert to the care of the earth. May we never be lazy in the work of peace. May we honor those who have died in defense of our ideals. Grant our leaders wisdom and forbearance. May they govern with justice and compassion. Help us to appreciate one another and to respect the many ways that we may serve you. May our homes be safe from affliction and strife, and our country be sound in body and spirit.
Amen. And for the state of Israel, Shalom Shalom Yerushalayim, Yishlo Havayich. Pray for the peace of Jerusalem. May those who love you prosper. And together we read at the bottom of the page. O Heavenly One, Protector and Redeemer of Israel, bless the state of Israel, which marks the dawning of hope for all who seek peace. Shield it beneath the wings of your love. Spread over it the canopy of your peace. Send your light and truth to all who lead and advise, guiding them with your good counsel. Establish peace in the land and fullness of joy for all who dwell there. Amen. And we now prepare to return the scroll to the ark. We turn back to page 374. Yahalalu et Shem Adonai, ki niskav shemo levado, hodo al eretz v'shamayim, vayaren keren li'amo, tehila lechol chasidav, livnei Yisrael, am krovo, hallelujah, hallelujah. Ilekach tov natati lachem, Torati al tazohu, Etzrayim hi v'machazikim ba, v'tomachea me'usha, derachea darchei noam, v'chol netivotecha shalom. The drush that I've chosen today is by Rabbi Yossi Goldman, of course, and it's entitled Draw Your Own Conclusion. Some conclusions are more obvious than others. Sometimes the most obvious conclusion isn't necessarily correct. Drawing our own conclusions can often be a risky business. Take the case in this week's parsha. The spies sent by Moses returned from their reconnaissance mission of the Promised Land with a frightening report about the fierce warrior nations of Canaan. The Jewish people are dejected and frightened and even weep at the thought of their impending invasion, convinced it can only be a suicidal mission impossible. The Almighty is angered. The people are punished for their lack of faith in his promise, and the spies go down in history as the villains in the story. But why? What in fact was their sin? Moses asked for a report of the land. They came back and reported exactly what they had seen. They told no lies. The land was formidable. The inhabitants were huge and powerful. The fruits were extraordinarily large. They even brought back samples to prove it. So if it was all true, why were they punished? The answer lies not in the report, but in their conclusion. The facts as the spies presented them were entirely accurate. The sin was their conclusion. We will not be able to go up to that people, for it is too strong for us. Moses had sent them on a fact-finding mission. Their job was to bring back information. Nobody asked for their personal opinions. The whole point of their mission was to gather the data necessary for the Israelites to find the best way of conquering the land. That they would do so was a given. God had promised them the land, told them of its natural beauty, and assured them of success. The same God who just miraculously delivered you from Egypt, the mightiest superpower on earth, split the sea for you and revealed himself in all his glory to you at Sinai, has now said that the promised land is there waiting for you. And after all he has done for you, you turn around and publicly doubt his power to help you succeed? This is not only a mistake in judgment, this is shameful, sinful, and faithless. The spies' report was correct, but their conclusion was disastrous. A high school teacher decided to demonstrate to his class the dangers of alcohol abuse. So he conducted an experiment. He took 1 glass of water and 1 glass of whiskey. He then took a little worm and dropped it into the glass of water. The worm had a nice swim, and then the teacher removed the worm unharmed. He then dropped the worm into the glass of whiskey. In no time at all, the worm was dead. He then turned to the class and asked them what the experiment proved, whereupon one wise guy at the back piped up and said, "Sir, it proves conclusively that if you drink enough whiskey, you will never suffer from worms." The facts are there for all of us to see. The question is how to interpret them. If we have a preconceived position and then manipulate the data to draw conclusions that suit us, we may come off clever at first, but in the end, we may well go the way of the spies. Without faith, even the most accurate information can lead to the wrong conclusion. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. We turn to page 626 for Ein Kelohenu. Ein Kelohenu, Ein Kadonenu, Ein Kemalkeinu, Ein Kemoshienu, Mi Eloheinu, Mi Kadonenu, Mi Kemalkeinu, Mi Kemoshienu, Nodel Eloheinu, Nodel Adonenu, Nodel Malkeinu, Nodel Moshienu, Baruch Eloheinu, Baruch Adonenu, Baruch Malkeinu, Baruch Atahu Adonenu, Atahu Malkeinu, Atahu Moshienu. We turn back to page 586 for the Aleinu, and we'll recite the second Aleinu on page 586. Please rise. Aleinu l'shabach l'adon hakol, la'atei gdula liyotzei bereshit, shelo asanu kugayeh haratzot, v'lo samanu k'mishpachot ha'adama, shelo samchalkenu kahem, v'gor aleinu k'chol hamonam, ve'anachnu korim, u'mishtachavim u'modim, lifnei melech malchei hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Turn the page. Shehu notei shamayim ve'yoser haaretz, u'moshav yekaro b'shamayim mima'al, u'shchinatu zo, v'gavhei meromim, hu Eloheinu ein od, emet malkeinu efes zulato, kapkatu, Shevota el levavecha, ki Adonai hu ha'Elohim, bashamayim mima'al, ve'al haaretz mitachat ein od. Page 591. V'ne'emar v'haya Adonai lemelech al kol haaretz, bayom hahu yihyeh Adonai echad, u'shemo echad. We turn to page 597. Our thoughts turn to those who have departed this earth, our own loved ones, those whom our friends and neighbours have lost, the martyrs of our people whose graves are unmarked, and those of every race and nation whose lives have been a blessing to humanity. As we remember them, we meditate on the meaning of love and loss, of life and death. We think of our loved ones whom death has recently taken from us, those who died at this season in years past, and those whom we have drawn into our hearts with our own. Is anybody here commemorating a Yortzeit this week?
I'm glad to hold my sister.
And of course our thoughts go out to all of the families of the innocent lives lost in both sides of the conflict in the Middle East at the moment. Zichronam livracha, may their memories be for blessing. And together we recite the Mourner's Kaddish on page 598. Yitgadal v'yikdash shemei rabbah, be'alma divrach hirutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon v'yamechon v'chayei d'chol Beit Yisrael, ba'agala v'zman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shemei rabbah mevorach, le'olam almei almaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ah v'yitramam v'yitnasei, B'hada, b'talei, b'talal, shemei kudusha, b'richu, le'elam min kol berachata v'shirata, tushbachata v'nechemata, da'miran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Osei shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. And we wish you long life, Gail. Please be seated. Madam Secretary or Mr. Vice President, do we have any announcements from the board?
The only announcements I have is don't forget to register on the website now for coming to Shabbat. and also
On the website or on the link?
on
from
the link,
news-
I should say,
the
in
link,
the
yeah.
newsletter.
Yeah.
And also there's a play happening around here with Michael Lewis, and if people could look at that email, he wants as many people as possible to come to that. The play it's supposed to be very good because Sheila Levine said that she's seen it. She was very good.
Okay.
I think it's a musical.
It's a musical, yeah. It's a musical, yeah.
Okay. Jewish themed or?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Other than that, that's it, I think.
Right.
It's in the newsletter.
It's in the newsletter.
It's been in the newsletter.
Anything you, Daniel? No, we had a board meeting after the service today, so if there's anything that you need to report to us, any concerns or anything, please just let one of the board members know. Other than that, kiddush in the kitchen. Don't run away. We will conclude the service this morning with Adon Olam on page 625. Adon Olam Hashem Alach B'Terem Kol Yetzir Nivra V'Yed Nasa V'Chefso Kol Azai Melech Shemo Nikra V'Acharei Kivot HaKol Levado Yimlok Nora V'Hu Haya V'Hu V'Hu Yeh B'Tifara V'Hu Echad V'Ein Sheni Lahamshir Lo Lahachbira V'Li Reshit V'Li Tachlit V'Lo Ha'oz V'Ha'misra V'Hu Eli V'Chai Goli V'Tzur Chevli V'Yetzara V'Hu Nisi Umanosli Menat Kosi V'Yom Ekra V'Yahado Avkid Ruchi V'Eit Ishan V'Ya'ira V'Im Ruchi Gaviyati Adonai Li V'Lo Ira. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.